Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have a journal that I'd like to show you. This journal came about because I had a whole bunch of very small pieces of black floral fabric. So I was sort of thinking, how can I use those up, because I don't like to waste things. And I am doing a little bit of stitching at the moment, slow stitching or hand stitching with making my quilt, and there's a couple of other little projects that I've got in mind. So I thought, you know what, why don't I make a cover for a journal? Now, I've never done a soft cover journal like this before, so it was kind of a little bit of trial and error. I think it worked out quite well. I'm happy with it. I do like the way it turned out. So I thought I would give you a bit of a flip through. So this is the front. Now, as I said, it was made up of lots of small pieces that I've slow stitched onto a felt backing. And then I did add a little bit of embellishment here. You've got some stitching across there on a ribbon. We have a ruffle here from a lace, and we have a little bit of a cluster with a flower there. It closes by this threaded eyelet lace that's pink, and basically it just wraps around like so, and you just tuck it in. So there's plenty of room for growth in that. The back's more or less plain, except for this lace that was sewn across the top. So again, just lots and lots of patches of the fabric. Very organic in that I didn't do any sort of anything around the edges. So there's a little bit of fraying, and there will probably be a little bit more. Hopefully it won't all fall apart. But that's the cover. Now, what I did do, I did a second layer of felt inside, and there is a little bit of a cardboard spine in there just to make sure that it held in properly there. So as you can see, I'll try and bring it up a little bit more. Right, this was a piece of I guess it's cardstock that was printed like a lace that I got, I think, from Kaisercraft quite some time ago. When I finished the cover and I realised the sort of colourings were black with a lot of pinks, I thought, I know that I had a lot of pink black paper in my stash, so I thought, you know what, perfect opportunity to use it up. So that was my aim. So as you can see, that's these papers came. They were part of, I think it was a card making kit that you get with some of the magazines, the stamp magazines. I'm not sure how old it is, but I've had them for quite some time. So that's that one. Now it had lines on the back. So that's just photocopy paper, just a little corner lifter. This is just scrapbook paper that I've popped in that can be used to journal on. And a little tag, just again made out of the coloured papers that I had, and white on the back to journal on. Very simple, very clean lines with this one. The next one, plain. When I make journals, I like a lot of plain pages, simply because if you're adding your own things, I'm funny. I like to have things that tone in or match. So I find it really hard to work in a journal that's already got a lot of embellishments. I kind of like adding it as I go to suit whatever I'm doing at the time. So I didn't add a lot of embellishments in here. This is a cardstock that when I put it in, I folded it over to make a pocket, and I've actually done stitching along the side to close this one, just for something different. This is a little booklet, just a simple little booklet, 2 pages, cover and 1 page, I guess, made for journaling. And probably goes that way. And I have a bookmark that I've made, and as you can see, plain on the back for journaling. And that just tucks in there. This is just a scrapbook paper. It does have a bit of a shimmer to it. Just a bit of a coloured scrapbook paper border, just for something to add to it. This one was a ribbon that I really liked. I thought it just a bit colourful. A little cluster made out of some more of the scraps and glued onto some card and just glued onto there. Just some scrapbook paper, photocopy paper. Now this is a belly band that I made, slow stitching with just again some of the scraps and pieces that I had, and this is just a piece of paper with some hearts stuck on that slips under there. That would be a journaling card. Oops, just got to be careful with some of the edges. Okay, just a plain paper with a little bit of colour there. And I need to move it up a bit. There we go. Some scrapbook paper made into a pocket with some more scrapbook paper to write on. Or you could use this to decorate a page as well. And that's the other side. Just using up a lot of these papers. And the centre, there's a little bit of a fabric tab on the end, on the side. Again, excuse me, more paper. This one just folds out, could be glued for a pocket. Another little fabric cluster up the top there, just for decoration. This one is a side, it's just slow stitched, hand stitched, and it's just glued on. It's not a tuck spot or anything like that. Okay, another pocket. This is just a bookmark that you can colour in. This is another little tag, just a bit of a fabric cut out, and that's lace there. Oops. No. Just a little tuck spot with a fabric cluster and some paper. This one is a pocket with a little bit of a cluster. And a tag with a little bit of layering with some fabric, some scrapbook paper. That's sari silk at the top. Another tag similar to the other one. A little bit of a cluster in the corner there. So we have a little bookmark there to colour in, and we have a tag that is lace and a little fabric cut out on there just for some decoration. Little tuck spot with a cluster on there. That's it. And some scrapbook paper here. This one is a pocket with a cluster. There's a bit of paper, fabric, lace, and a large tag with some fabric, some layering fabric. That's a chipboard piece, some scrapbook paper, and some sari silk at the top. And that's the back for journaling. Another one of these tags. And a little cluster at the corner there. Just a tuck spot there, and the last page there. So that is my fabric covered journal, and this is for sale, so if you are interested, please contact me on my email address and we can talk. Alrighty, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.